What's going What's going on, y'all? It's Conscious One coming at you. Back to tell you guys about this scripted reality that we living in. Waking up one day and finding out everything is scripted and fake. And the only question you can ask yourself is why? Why are they doing this to people's consciousness? You know, folks, if you're not asking questions these days, you are trapped in the matrix. And you remember when Morpheus told Neo about people in the matrix, anybody that's in the matrix is the enemy. Unfortunately, that's like 90% of everybody that you probably come across. We definitely living in a scripted reality, folks. And I'm just gonna play some clips for you guys and talk about some things. First of all, I received a very disturbing emergency alert on my phone this morning. I usually put my phone on do not disturb before I go to bed, but I forgot to last night. And I was awakened early this morning with my phone having an emergency alert, the kind that we had allegedly got from Donald Trump, went to everybody's cell phone. It makes me so angry that these things, whatever the fuck this thing is doing that disturbs your peace like this every day. I mean, it got something every day for us to be thinking about. Sometimes I really do believe I'm living in a dream. I'm just waiting to wake up. Maybe if I tap my shoes 3 times, I can get back home to Kansas. I don't know, y'all. Yeah, maybe I should buy me some ruby slippers, tap them 3 times, and see if I can get back home to Kansas. Cause we not in Kansas, folks. I don't know what this stuff is, but yeah, I get an emergency alert on my phone telling me, something about if I see this suspect called Frank James, and I'm thinking, what in the world they would send this to my everybody's cell phone like this in New York? Most likely they sent this to everybody's cell phone in tri-state area, mainly people living in New York. This emergency alert of this guy, but it's just the way they disturb your peace is unbelievable. Let's look at this clip, y'all, and then I'm gonna talk about some points.
4-hour manhunt across the city and far and beyond that. He was arrested at First Avenue in St. Mark's Place without incident. Police just told us he is now facing federal charges for a terrorist attack on mass transit, and they acted on Crime Stoppers tips to eventually track him down this afternoon. Although his motive is still unclear, they do have a lot more evidence thanks to his social media post and from what they're hearing, talking to witnesses who were on that train yesterday when 10 people were shot and 13 more were injured. This video right here is of the arrest in the East Village, right there on First Avenue.
Let's go back and listen to the numbers. Let's go back and listen to the numbers.
Thanks to his social media post and from what they're hearing, talking to witnesses who were on that train yesterday when 10 people were shot and 13 more were injured. This video right here.
So they say 10 people were shot and 13 were injured. Okay, so the numbers that they use 23. They always using 22, 33s, 13s, and 42s. So they say 10 people were shot, 13. So that's 113. And by the way, Godzilla's birthday is 11/3. They always use 113 too. That's another number they use, 113. Let's move on.
Is of the arrest in the East Village, right there on First Avenue, where you can see Frank James was brought into custody and taken to the 9th Precinct by NYPD patrol officers. We also learned a little bit more from Keechant Sewell, the commissioner, about how this all unfolded for the last 24 hours, tracking him to an F train after he exited the R train on 25th Street in Brooklyn to the 7th Avenue Park Slope F train at 9:15 yesterday morning. So as we get all this information in, there's a whole lot more to uncover. Let's go to News 4 Chief Investigative Reporter Jonathan Dienst in the newsroom with what he's learned. Jonathan.
No, first we have to take note.
9:15, that's 24, just 42. They always using the same numbers.
The mayor, his first words, "We got him." That announcement coming at the top of this news conference with the official word that the suspect had been caught. Literally moments after his arrest, word quickly spread that Mr. James was caught and was in custody and was taken to the 9th Precinct where he's being questioned at this hour. A key break came when the ATF was able to track that weapon to a 2011 purchase in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio.
2011, 13.
And the purchaser of that gun is the suspect, and that's when they knew he went from being a person of interest to being a suspect, and they all-out manhunt to find him. And it was a Crime Stoppers tip, along with a tweet today, we're told, that led to police to that East Village location into a McDonald's where he was spotted. And
McDonald's is 13. When you look upside down at the McDonald's sign, just flip it upside down. McDonald's is a 13. The letter M. The letter M is 13. The letter B, Burger King, that's 13.
Then by the time police arrived there, the chief of department saying he had already moved on, but a canvassing of the neighborhood tracked him down. There is some question now as to whether he called the Crime Stoppers tip himself to sort of lead police to his location. That is being looked into. The police commissioner was asked about that at the press conference. She said that is still under investigation in terms of who actually called the Crime Stoppers tip. But nonetheless, the suspect, Frank Robert James, stopped in the East Village at 1:42 this afternoon. They believe he is the man.
There go 42. So then they said 113 earlier in the thing. Then now they saying 142. They always using 42s, 13s, 22s, 33s.
And who went onto that train wearing the orange vest that you see there, the construction helmet, swiping the Metro card. 8 stops away from where the shooting happened. He boarded the N train and then opened fire. They answered the question on how he got away after the shooting. They say he was among the crowd that ran across the platform to the waiting R train and took that train one stop to get away. And then he was later swiping himself back into the subway at a Park Slope subway station. So he was back on the trains riding the subways after yesterday's attack that happened at around 8:24 a.m.
8:24 a.m. 8:24 is 31. It's 13.
According to police. Again, it was FBI, ATF joining the NYPD along with the U.S. Marshals and Homeland Security investigators, all teaming up, hundreds and hundreds of investigators working this case, trying to find him. And the break coming this afternoon when he was spotted and tipsters alerted that he appeared to be in the area of St. Mark's Place and First Avenue near a McDonald's, and police converged on the scene. And as you see there, he was put in handcuffs, taken into custody. Too early to know if he's making any statements, if he's cooperating. We know he's in the 9th Precinct at this hour. The U.S. Attorney, Breon Peace,
9th Precinct, 33. 3 times 3 is 9.
Announcing that he will face federal charges for carrying out a terrorist attack against mass transit. That is the federal charge, which, if convicted, he could face up to life in prison. They say he traveled across state lines. Part of that we've been reporting all along, that he allegedly rented that U-Haul van out of Philadelphia after obtaining that gun in Ohio years ago, after obtaining fireworks in Wisconsin a while back, and driving from Philadelphia, where he got that U-Haul van, to New York. He apparently was sleeping in that van overnight and then boarded the subway in the early morning hours to allegedly carry out the attack on the subway. And again, he was armed with a 9mm, fired 33 shots on that.
Okay, so he had a 9mm, which is 3 times 3 is 9, which is 33. They say he had a 9mm and he fired 33 shots. That's 33. 33 plus 9 is 42. And then over here, as you guys see, here's 33 on another video. CBS New York, 33. Manhunt for Frank James, 22. We're in a scripted reality, folks. Everything is fake. Makes you think, why does the news even exist? You know what I mean? The news. Moving on, guys. Let's talk about some other stuff. I'm gonna talk about to you guys how I do believe Martin Luther King, Don King is Martin Luther King, and let me show you guys why I believe that. First of all, let's listen. Let's listen to the voice description. Also, Charles Manson sounds just like George Bush. Just go listen to the voices. But let's listen to how this sounds.
Champion, Royal Majesty, and King of the heavyweight world. Long live the heavyweight king. Long live the king.
Long live the king. Listen again, folks. Now, this is Don King talking about the boxing match. Talking about long live the king. I do believe Don King is Martin Luther King. Let's listen to the voice again. Just listen to the voice. This is Martin Luther King talking.
We'll have that when we come back.
From this day henceforth, throughout the world, let all who hear your name and feel your presence pay homage with dignity, respect, and honor to you, the undisputed champion, Royal Majesty, and King of the heavyweight world. Long live the heavyweight king. Long live the king.
Great God Almighty, we're free at last, right? That's the same guy talking. Long live the king, yeah, because Don King is Martin Luther King. All right. You guys, can y'all, even some of y'all who are awake, it's very shocking. Everybody believing his story, history. It's all fake, folks. Don King, I believe, is Martin Luther King. Here's me chilling with Martin Luther King. There's me chilling with Martin Luther King right there. Let's go to Conscious X channel. Oh man.
So here's a picture of Martin. So today is Martin Luther King Day. So I figured I might as well expose him because Martin Luther King did fake his death and he is now playing the role of Don King. And before we get into that, I just want to show you guys why he was a sellout. So right here, he has a picture with Jacob Rothschild. And if you guys didn't know, the Rothschilds created the banking system in like the 1760s. So they are basically one of the richest families in the world. He has all these pictures with all these sellouts. He's with the president right here, JFK. So that should tell you everything you need to know. Because if he was really on our side, why would he have all these pictures with the elites? He has so many pictures with them. And this goes to show you that they create these fake leaders. That way we can look up to them. And then they just end up faking their death. And then, everybody loses hope. Because you have to think, why do we put all of our faith and all of our trust into one person to be a leader? We should all be our own leaders. And we should all unite and do this together. You know what I mean? Like, we can't depend on one person. Right here he's with JFK again. So as you can see, he's with the Jews, and the Jews run the world. So here's a picture of Martin Luther King and what he would look like if he was still alive. And when you compare it to Don King, he's very similar. They have the same nose, the same eyes. They even have the same little mustache. Especially right here, you can really see the resemblance.
Got it.
There's
That's
not
the
that many
same
pictures
guy.
of Martin Luther King in color, so I tried getting all of them.
That's the same guy.
That way it could be a good comparison. These two look very similar right here. Don King has like this crazy hairstyle. That way it can throw you off. You know, they always have to do something to try to throw you off. You know, look at this, you guys. Like, what is this right here? You know, they always do this crazy type of thing to just throw you guys off. You know, nobody would expect Martin Luther King to have his hair like this. So you have to look past that and just look at all the facts and all the details, and you will be able to see this one.
Yeah, it's very hard to suspect that this person, everybody think this goes to show you the level of mind control.
So this is where it gets interesting. So Martin is 6 letters, right? Donald is 6 letters. Donald is Don King's real name. The funny thing about this is that Martin Luther King,
Let me see, 6 letters, 4, 64, 46. I believe JFK was the 46th president. Don't quote me.
was born with the name Michael, but he changed his name to Martin. And now we know why, because it has to match up with the gematria with Don King. You know, they both have 6 letters in their name, and they both have King as their last name, you guys. That gave it away the most for me. The fact that they both have the same last name is what makes it very obvious. So Martin King and Donald King sum up to 53 and 46. And in this cipher, it's 64 and 53. So it's literally the same numbers. And then Martin Luther King sums up to 83, and Don King sums up to 38. You know,
38 is murder. Floyd Mayweather's wife, she was in a film called something 38, and 38 means murder.
they both have the same
Floyd Mayweather's wife was found dead, supposedly murdered.
number in the same cipher. And as you guys know,
It's called Exit 38, that movie.
murder equals 83 and 38, death equals 38, and killing equals 38. And this was very interesting to me. So, for some reason, Don King and killing have the exact same numbers. Look at that, 74, 38, 115, and 43 and 34. And Don sums up to 33, just like Masonry. Freemasons use 33 all the time, and Masonry and Don both sum up to 84 and 48. So Martin Luther King was born on January 15, 1929. So like I said earlier, Martin Luther King's real name was Michael Luther King, but he changed it that way it could be the same numbers as Don King. And he was born in 1929, right? So it's funny that Don King was born in 1931. So they're only 2 years apart.
Yep. So I want to move on to where this white lady knew that he was this white lady knew he was Martin Luther King. Come on, man. Let me find this.
And amount.
It's about humanity.
He's ruthless, my black brother.
They even have the same voice. Reaction was priceless.
Speech when I was in high school. I had a dream.
How are you, sir?
I'm a YouTube celebrity. I got my own t-shirt company. I love listening. I did her speech when I was in high school. I had a dream.
Yes, right on, girl.
Sounds crazy, don't it?
Was priceless right
So
there.
these white folks, they were hip to the whole game, probably Freemasons themselves. She says, I heard your speech. I had a dream. And like you said, his reaction was priceless. He said, right on, girl. Now, why wouldn't he correct her? Why wouldn't he correct her and say, oh, I'm Don King, not Martin Luther King? He just said, right on, girl. Let's listen to it again. Right on, girl. How is that even a response? Right on, girl. This man is old as hell.
I did her speech when I was in high school.
Finish off the video. There was this YouTuber that saw Don King at the store, and she actually thought it was Martin Luther King.
She didn't think she knew.
Hi, how you doing, Don King?
How are you, sir?
I'm a YouTube celebrity. I got my own t-shirt company. I love listening. I did her speech when I was in high school. I had a dream.
Yes, right on, girl.
No,
And
she
his
didn't. She
reaction
didn't.
was
She
priceless.
didn't think he was Martin Luther King. She knew he was. She knows he was Martin Luther King. The way she said it, tried to make it sound she's a crazy old lady. She ain't crazy. She knew exactly who he was. I'm gonna talk more about this scripted reality another time, folks. We got a lot to talk about. Y'all take care out there. Peace.